Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Max Payne 3 on old school difficulty, and this is the second chapter. One thing I'll need to address right away, because you might notice, is that some of the edits that you'll see, if you do see them, because I try to make them seamless, you'll see that I have damage on my hit indicator on the bottom right. You see there's blood on it. Sometimes you might notice that I'm getting healed in between edits, and the reason for that is because I'm having to force close the software, because after about 5 minutes of idleness, every time, and particularly on anytime I pause the game and come back, like after 5 minutes, it turns into a black screen where there is no video but there's audio, and I just can't do anything. So it's a constant problem. So fortunately, after I restart the software, what you can do is you can go to the level select like you have to, and just select the particular checkpoint you're at, and occasionally I may have to do that if I've passed over a clue, so I don't have to redo the entire chapter over again. But certainly I can pretty much guarantee that I'll have to be, because my sessions when I don't play video games for very long. Like a session doesn't last very long for me, so what I do is I pause the game, and I usually forget that it's going to crash, and I just come back such amount of time later, and the video is completely corrupted. And here's one of the first clues. Some of these clues I might trim them out a little bit, because you don't really need to hear his monologue for everyone, but I wanted to stretch them out a little bit so I had enough time to talk. But this game is very long. It's very long. Long in a good way, but still, it's hard to do commentaries for that long sometimes, particularly in this heat that we're having, and I can't wait for summer to be over. I hate it. But do you see that problem right there where you shove up against the wall and the gun goes vertically? That's just a problem you have to deal with, and I don't really mind it too much. I don't mind how slow Max is to get up, because it's the same way I get up. I'm not fat, but I'm overweight, and I need to lose some weight, and I'm trying to drink diet soda. It's just a soda and the lack of exercise, and I've been feeling bad about even playing games, because like they promote lethargy. They really do. As much as I like them, they're a lazy man's pastime. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. That's the truth about it. Anyway, there is a transition right here. Here's the next checkpoint. What's going to happen is you'll either have the guy that I shot in the back, he'll either run down here, or he might approach you with the other guy, so just bear that in mind. And this is the way you need to play Max Payne. You want to put that reticle, well, you can't control where the reticle is, it's always in the center of the screen, but you want to make sure that your body is hidden behind cover. Watch out for the guy up there in the DJ booth. If you play many third-person games, you'll know what to do. I'll be doing it constantly, so I'll constantly be showing you what it is. But we've got some more thugs up here. We're going to push forward. And what else did I want to say? Some of these might be live commentary too. I'll try to make these as entertaining as I possibly can while being informative at the same time. Just because I realize I've already covered this game, and it's just hard to keep repeating yourself on these guides. So sometimes it will be live. So I maybe some of the times, I don't know how frequently it will be. But that's a cleared room. You're going to get a checkpoint, and the next clue is going to be the ex-cop. It's not going to say clues and like the clue and what it is, because some of these I've already got. So the only times it'll say what the clue is in the description is the ones that I haven't got. So I always like to have my handgun on the left, and on the right I like to have like the Uzi or whatever. So that's that room right there, and then her dress is right there, the torn fabric. And then don't forget, in the next room there's a newspaper clipping, because I did forget it, but it will be in the guide. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that last collectible right there, move on to the next section, and a couple of things I wanted to mention. I have no intentions of doing any of the collectibles for the golden guns. I've never I don't even use them, so I don't know what they are. Don't forget to get the newspaper clipping right over here. I had some issues over here, weapon switching, putting the weapons where I wanted to. Not necessarily the switching process, but just having the sequence time out, and it'll cut to Max talking to Passos, and then it will just say failed because you've taken too long. So that's one of the reasons I didn't do this. But I do like scouring the environment in these small worlds. So just, you know, don't forget to get that one. What else? The Magnum. I don't use the Magnum too much. But there's going to be one guy to the left, one guy straight ahead, and I just love the whole flying around sequence. You know, just flying everywhere. What else did I want to mention? Oh yeah, I have weapon-specific reticles on. So I suppose if you turn them off, then it will all be just a dot on the screen. A little less fun, in my opinion. And there's also an option for, you see the X when you kill an enemy, meaning that the guy's dead? They give you the option to take it on and off, and I just don't understand why anybody would want that off. It's so helpful, especially when enemies are far away that you know not to kill them. But I think this is superior to Gears of War. The Ultimate Edition came out a couple of days ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm extremely jealous. Anybody who's playing it, I'm very jealous. I want to play it. But I think waiting is a better idea right now because the PC version will probably come out in a few months. You know, hopefully not too long. Oh, do you see the laser pointer? If you take, excuse me, you can take that off by pressing select. Somebody pointed that out to me on my last guide, and I've always remembered it, and it's really helpful because it's not as accurate as the reticle. So this sequence here, there's going to be a lot of jumps because I've edited a lot of things. I didn't die over here though, and this will be a no heal run, so I won't be using any painkillers, so I won't be relying on any medicine to get me through fights, and pretty much that means it's a no death run. But it has to be anyway, since this is old school. It has to be no death. However, I'm making it a little bit harder for myself by not using any of the medicine, so I'm not even going to pick the medicine up. And this could be harder if I was playing on hardcore and doing it no death. But the thing about that is that on hardcore you get revived, and I think this is just a faster process because if I get killed, I just want to get killed. I don't want any, you know, slow meandering transitions. I just want to, you know, if I'm dead, I'm dead, and it really wouldn't be too enjoyable. And I think this is a happy medium. So I'm satisfied. If you are, I am. Anyway, you can actually jump off of that place up there where the fucking, I don't know what the hell it's called. And my crouching is not as responsive as I thought I remembered it being either. You press the A button, at least I press the A button with my control scheme, and the way I do it is crouching is A, and then to go prostrate it's hold A. But the thing about that is you can't crawl on the ground anywhere. Once you're prostrate, you just lay there, and if you move forward, he'll stand up. So this is what you're going to be seeing me do. I'm going to be doing a lot of risky, bold moves, unless there is serious, you know, checkpoint issues where it's a brutal checkpoint, because there are a lot of brutal checkpoints in this game. And I'm looking forward to it. I was just going to do this old school, and then I did a couple chapters, and it really isn't challenging enough, so I think that's a good idea. And that's not to say that I believe that I'm some god at this game or anything like that. I'm just using a standard Xbox 360 controller, and I'm a mediocre player, but I just want to have fun, you know, and that's one of the reasons I've been criticizing these so-called games that are, in retrospect, I know they are games. Like, there's this game called Dying Light that's coming out, and everybody's talking about it, and to me that's just not a game. I mean, by the definition, I suppose it's a game, but it's just not what a game is to me. But anyway, when you push up here, make sure you've taken a shotgun at least, and you're gonna have one guy coming around on this catwalk over here. So just freeze him, and once you get up to about here, you're gonna have some enemies. So if you double tap the A button, you can roll, and this is a fairly safe place to stand. And it's one of those situations where you have to be in cover. It's not wide enough to do the third-person camera trick. And the shotgun has pretty good range, even at range. I mean, pretty good damage efficacy at range, I should say. And this went a lot faster than before. My last guide, it was 19 minutes for this chapter, and I'm not saying that the speed running anything, but I think I was just less tentative this time around, because I think I'm remembering a lot from my previous campaign. So the next one, let's see. I love this game. This is such a good game. You know, I really feel like the third-person genre is dying out, and it's not. I mean, there are games like there's a couple of games coming out. There's Max Payne, and what am I talking about? Mad Max, and then Metal Gear Solid. Look at how he wipes his sweat. Like this, I think this game was in development for like 5 years, or maybe that was Metal Gear Solid 5 that I'm thinking of. I think it is, but. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5 is coming out, and yes, that's a third-person game, but it's just not really the type of game that I enjoy to play, to be honest. It's just, there's too many options in that game, and that's what most people want, but I don't. I don't want options. I want a few, but not many. You know, otherwise I start to feel scared, and you know, I'm gonna get frustrated because I'll be getting lost in the world, and I just don't want to be creative. I'm not a creative thinker. That's just me. I mean, that's me, man. So, pretty stupid antics over here. I was trying to move the camera and try to be all wonderful, and then I fell into the fucking fence. Ah, God, this game is so good. And my settings, the PC settings are on it's on the lowest settings to get the most performance out of this. And to be honest, even on high settings, it doesn't even look that good. And my PC struggles. Also, remember to get this. It's the last collectible. Fabiana's necklace, I believe it's called. And I was just pressing the start button to confirm that I got everything. I'm going to see you guys in the next chapter. Take care.